I scrolled down the Insta page, saw a picture that I didn't want to see. He had his hand around your waist and a smile on your face, like the way you look at me. 'Cause only 8 months ago he was holding your hand, slow dancing and kissing the top of your head. And I don't know how to compete with that, 'cause you were friends since you were kids, and it still feels like we just only met. Yeah, I was so naive, thinking that you've only felt this way for me. You always tell me I'm the only one you wanna be with, so why can't I believe it? Yeah, old boyfriends kinda scare me, 'cause they all got a little bit of history with you. Even when you try to tell me I got no real reason to worry. My mind starts to imagine things that never happened. I start to believe that you're still in love with some other has-been. Baby, I'm just asking, do you think I'm gonna be the last one? Last one. I've heard stories about exes calling up brides on their wedding day, professing all the love from a once upon a time that they threw away. And the fear that I'm fighting is constantly rising in the back of my mind, is that you'll finally open up your eyes, that you'll leave me for another guy. Yeah, it's a scary truth that maybe I don't know you in the way they do. You always tell me I'm the only one you wanna be with, so why can't I believe it? Yeah, old boyfriends kinda scare me, 'cause they all got a little bit of history with you. Even when you try to tell me that I got no real reason to worry. My mind starts to imagine things that never happened. I start to believe that you're still in love with some other has-been. Baby, I'm just asking, do you think I'm gonna be the last one? Do you think I'm gonna be the last one? Baby, the hardest part is fighting back this anxious heart. But I've come to realize that if we don't have trust, then we might as well have nothing.
Lazy Sunday mornings, hiding under covers. I don't mind staying in with you. Play your favorite movie, laying right beside me. I don't mind when it's just us two. That corner coffee shop we like to go. Late night walks with you to take me home. With you I never feel alone.
These little songs make me glad to call you mine. And you have got my head in the clouds.
1, 2, 3.
All that I need is your body next to me on rainy days. Just need your company, don't need too much. Just your simple love and it's everything. The simple joy of hearing your voice every morning. I wake to a kiss on my face. Oh, I don't need too much. Just your simple love and it's everything. Walking to the market, strolling hand in hand, exchanging letters when you're away. Don't need any effort when we are together. We always have fun throughout the day. I'll do anything to get your attention. When you say you love me, I seem to ascend to the heavens above, where we fall in love. I don't know what I would do without you, because all I need is you. Make me fly to the clouds. 1, 2, 3. All that I need is your body next to me on rainy days. Just need your company, don't need too much. Just your simple love and it's everything. The simple joy.
Just a kid growing up in a small town. All I ever really needed was my crew around. And sweatpants, no fear on the t-shirt. Basic kids, but we always had a chauffeur. I found my ride or die for life, but it wasn't in a woman. Love might get lost, but then it's found again. And friends might be friends until the very end. But I've seen them come and I've seen them go a million times before. That's why I'm holding on, 'cause I got you, baby. Yeah, I got you, baby. At 19 with a dream and a paycheck, and white V-ripped knee chain around my neck. And honestly, that's when I noticed things were changing. Lost myself in approval on the stages. I needed something that was real, and I found it in a woman. Love might it's found again. And friends might be friends into the very end. But I've seen them come and I've seen them go a million times before. That's why I'm holding on, 'cause I've got you, baby. Yeah, I've got you, baby. Said I've got you, baby. Yeah, I've got you, baby. Sometimes I wonder if I chose the other, would I feel this way? Would I be chasing fame? I could never go back, 'cause I feel like I found my weight in gold. Love might get lost, but then it's found again. And friends might be friends into the very end. But I've seen them come and I've seen them go a million times before. That's why I'm holding on. And love might get lost, but then it's found again. And friends might be friends into the very end. But I've seen them come and I've seen them go a million times before. That's why I'm holding on, 'cause I've got you, baby. I said I've got you, baby. Yeah, I've got you.